Hey everybody, welcome to today's training, and today we're going to speak about something which I really believe is a game changer in your business, and that is your perfect niche. Now today we're going to look at the difference between your ideal client and your perfect niche. Now a lot of people think it's the same thing, but it's not. There's actually a big difference. There is definitely a crossover and they marry together, but there is a difference. And don't worry if you don't know what I'm talking about, or if you don't know what your niche is. By the end of the training today you will. So I am a firm believer that once you really nail down your niche, you become a lot more profitable and you enjoy your business so much more. And as we go through this training, I'll explain to you why, and I'll give you examples from my clients and from my own personal life, how this has literally been a game changer for us. So when we're talking about your niche, we are talking about what you are offering and who you're offering it to. Your ideal client is different. So your niche is exactly what you're offering and who you are offering it to. Again, a lot of us have many talents. We are multi-passionate. We love so many different things and we want to help everybody with everything. A lot of us suffer from FOMO, the fear of missing out. We're so scared if we niche, we're going to miss out on this person and that person, but that is really not true. I always say, if you're talking to everyone, you are talking to nobody. It's when you are talking to one specific person, to your ideal client, that is definitely when you are targeting the right person. So again, your niche is directed at your ideal client. So your niche is your offering, and who you're offering it to. Your ideal client is the person you most want to work with. So let's touch on your ideal client quickly. There is obviously a whole module, a whole lesson, especially dedicated to your ideal client, helping you find your ideal client, which you really need to do, because as I say, they marry together. Even though they're different, they marry together. So who are you offering it to? Okay, your ideal client is who you most want to work with. The person out there that you really want to work with. You understand them, you get their pain, you get their dreams. Basically, you know everything about this person. And your ideal client, I always tell you to make it a real person, to visualize this person, give them a name. If they single or married, their age group, if they have a job, or if they do what they do. Like for example, my ideal client desperately wants to be a coach. She wants to be a life coach. She has a child. She's in her 30s. She's married. She's a homeowner. She has to work at the moment because her and her husband need to pay bills. They need to pay the mortgage, but more so than ever, she wants to do this full time because she doesn't get enough time with her daughter. She's missing out on such important years in her daughter's life. Her daughter's just started primary school and she wishes she could go pick her daughter up from school every day and go to all her events at school, but she can't because she's got a full-time job. My ideal client, she loves summer and she loves spring. She loves her garden. She loves hanging out with her family. She's like really family orientated. She's really passionate about helping other people. She's the kind of person that's always there for other people, and she's very considerate and compassionate. I know that she likes wearing just like yoga clothes around the house, and she's into personal development, and she's into looking after herself. She's healthy and she works out. So I know so much about my ideal clients, and what is really funny is that, well, it's amazing really, is that these are the women I work with now because I've become so specific. before I did this, before I really knew who my client was and what my niche was, I did a lot of freelance work, and I used to work with everybody from, you know, mortgage brokers to insurance brokers to, you know, I worked with coaches, which I loved, but then I also worked with MLMs, and I worked with a lot of real estate people and strata people. So I worked with anybody and everybody, and I was burnt out. I was charging by the hour. I wasn't making money. You know, I was putting so many hours. I felt like it just wasn't worth it. I felt stressed. I didn't really love it, to be honest. And then one day I decided, no, you know, I am actually really going to niche. I'm going to get clear on who I want to work with and what I do. So I got very clear that I work with coaches, you know, life coaches, health coaches, relationship coaches, different sorts of coaches, and I help them with their marketing. So I help them make sales and find clients. So, and as soon as I did this, I loved what I was doing, and I started selling a lot more. I started making a lot more money. I started working less, and I was just so passionate. So it really works, guys. You know, takes a bit of time and it takes a bit of effort, but it's really, really well worth it. Okay, so let's have a look at your niche. I always tell my clients that the biggest problem you can solve, or the biggest dream you can make true for your ideal client with your program, your course, or your one-to-one coaching, that is basically your niche. So, for example, if you position yourself as a relationship coach, right? You're going to maybe help a mother with, you know, who's not getting on with a teenage daughter. Then you're going to help a manager who has bad relationships with his colleagues and the people he manages. Then you're going to help somebody else with something else, but it is so wishy-washy. It's all over the place. You're not going to have a program really specified to one need. And it's almost like you the doctor who charges per hour, get $85 an hour and see heaps of people and burnt out by the end of the day. But if you a specialist relationship coach, like you the heart surgeon of the relationship coaches, for example, and you help women in their 30s who are on the brink of a divorce because they have been so focused on their job, they've ignored their spouse completely, and they don't want to get divorced. The spouse is over it. He's like, I can't do this anymore. You know, you don't care about a relationship anymore, and they want to save their marriage. And you have a program to help them with that. You charge them $4,000 to work with you for 3 months, and that's what you offer. And you know, and I am literally describing one of my clients at the moment. This is what she does, and she has a waiting list that is full of women. They can afford to pay her because they're successful. They're really successful in their careers, but they've actually realized their ways now, and they want to save their marriages. They want that love, that spark, that special zing they had in their relationship, you know, when they met their spouse. They want that back. So she teaches them, she coaches them, she helps them to save their marriages, to save themselves from getting divorced, and to get that love and spark back in their lives. Now that is gold. You know, the people she coaches will pay her anything to save their marriages. And she's literally now putting up her prices. She's charging $4,000, but she's going to be charging more because there is such a demand for what she does, because she has niched, you know, to such a specific market. So she's very smart, and you know, she loves what she's doing. She makes such a difference in people's lives, and it's so rewarding for her, but it's also rewarding for her financially. So do you see how niche works now? So I just want you to take a few minutes. Firstly, let's take an example in your own life. Where do you think you could really, like, there's like a really a problem that you could really do with a coach. Now, is it maybe your health? Maybe you're a sugar addict, or you're a carb addict, or maybe you just cannot bear exercise and you wish you could be more active, or you want, to spend more time with your children, or maybe it's your business. Maybe your business just needs more clients. You wish your business did better. You wish you could charge a bit more for your services and you could get more clients. Just think that if you had somebody who could give you the solution, that one problem, you had one person who could give you more clients, who could show you how to charge properly for your packages and how to get clients, how to get in front of your ideal clients. Kind of like what I'm doing now. But do you know what I'm saying? It's like you actually would pay anything if you knew that you would, really succeed in that area. And that is really niching. Now, I want you to look at your coaching, what you do. And, as I say, we all think that we should be doing everything, but it's not true. We need to really focus on one thing we do brilliantly. Specialist. You really need to see yourself as a specialist. So that's what I really want you to focus on now. Just spend some time, brainstorm, just what do you specialize in, and also then really look at your ideal client. That lesson, it's also part of this module, your ideal client, and just work with that. For me, this is one of the key foundations to successful businesses. The more you do this and the more specialized you become, the more money you're going to make, and that's the bottom line. Because your marketing is going to be so easy. You're going to be able to get in front of your ideal clients like never before. And that's not to say that's all you'll ever do, because I always say with your one program, that's where you niche. But you might do a different program in a couple months' time, and you might have to niche a bit differently. That's fine too. But just your one program, your solution, really learn how to niche with that. So I call it the heaven and hell. Like, this is how your niche and your ideal client work together. They have a problem and you have the solution. Your niche is the solution. Your niche is really going to help them. It's going to make their lives better. And offering the solution, you want to get super fast, super effective results with your program. Remember that. Fast, effective results with your solution, with your program. Your program is the solution. Your ideal client has the problem. You are the solution. They will pay for that. If you're wishy-washy, I heard an example of, like, let's say you are going into a store to buy, you got a big stain on your top, and you know that you need to get that stain out quickly, otherwise it's going to be there forever. So you go into a store, and then they start showing you bread, and they start showing you milk, and they start showing you cheese, and they start talking about their weekend. You're going to be lost. You're not going to be interested. You're not going to give them a penny. But the lady in the store says, I've got this, you do this, it's going to 10 minutes soak, within an hour the stain's gone. You're going to buy that. And that's exactly what your solution is. One problem, one solution, you the solution. So quite often my clients will say to me, yeah, but I feel kind of like a fraud when I niche, because possibly, I don't have 5 years or 10 years experience in my niche. And what I want you to understand is, most often than not, we are our ideal clients. Our ideal clients often are us. And that's why we are so passionate about helping them with a problem or making their dream come true. It doesn't always have to be a problem. Often times a coach actually makes a dream come true. So it's either you are solving a problem or you're making a dream come true. And that's why we're so capable of helping them. So you'll find that we've had experience either doing it in our own lives, or we've had it, we've been somehow linked or involved with it, or there is some connection. And it's always that idea of you being at least 1 or 2 steps ahead of your ideal client, being able to help them with a problem. If you're a step or two ahead of your client, then you are more than capable of helping that person solve their problem or achieve their dream.
You're going to put together. So I'm a blank coach.
Right, now we're going to formulate a niche statement. So once you know who you're serving and how you're helping them, we're going to get a statement from this. Now this is gold for your marketing message, your brand statement, for your course outline. This is what you're going to use in everything. It's your elevator pitch. This is really, really excellent. And it doesn't matter how long you've been in business. Some people have been in business like 10 years and they don't have a niche statement, or if you've been in business 2 weeks, this is the first thing you really need to get clear with. Once you have this will make life so much easier for you. Okay, so let's take what you've worked on, what you've put together, and formulate it into a statement. So for example, I am blank coach for blank people who have blank urgent need and an urgent need to gain blank as a result of my program. So I am a blank coach for blank people who have blank need and an urgent need to gain blank as a result of my program. Okay, so let's take this and put it in an example. Remember we spoke earlier about the coach who helps ladies who suffer from anxiety. So let's take that coach as an example. So I'm a health coach for successful career women who suffer from debilitating anxiety, who are looking for a cure so that they can experience life to the fullest. Do you see how simple it is? And do you see what a difference will make for your business when you are so specific, when you have niched down and you are helping one group of people who have a huge problem or a huge dream, and you have the solution for them. So I really want you to take some time now, just pause this and do it for yourself. Write down what sort of coach you are, for whom, how you can help them, and what your cure is, what their sort of outcome will be. Write it down so that you really, as I say, with your marketing, your programming, your brand message, you're going to make your life so much easier by doing this. You're going to speak to the right people, and it's a game changer. Honestly, once you get this niche really down in words, it's really going to change your business. So I highly encourage you to spend time as long as you need to, as long as it takes, to really get this perfected. Now, when you're doing your niche statement, I really want you to focus on the what you're going to provide and not the how. So for example, so people don't pay for the how, they pay for the solution. They don't want to know about, oh, I've got a 10-step program and I've studied this, so we're going to be doing this, we're going to be going through that. Think of it as a aeroplane ride. Like, say you're going to Fiji for a holiday, you're going to be focusing on Fiji. That's what you're selling to people, Fiji. You're not selling them the plane ride, how they're going to get there. People don't care about the plane. They don't want to know about the plane, they want to know about Fiji. So you're selling them Fiji. Okay, just remember that. Later on, yes, in the marketing you will discuss that, but for the moment, you're selling them the destination. Nobody's going to pay for the how, the methodology. They're going to pay for the what, the solution. And this, as I say, the plane ride comes in when you're designing the program. Your clients really need to know that you can help them. You need to assure them that you can help them, that you have the solution for them. If you can't show them or convince them, they won't buy from you. It's that simple. We start to move into the solution before we fully define the problem. You want to make sure that the problem is so urgent that they have to have, a solution that now. They've got to be able to do something about it now, and that's what you're selling them. if someone is like, I want to do that, but I'm not ready, there's no urgency, they're also not going to buy. So that's really who you're targeting, people who have urgency. So it's either urgency to make a dream come true or urgency to have a problem solved. And you are the solution. You have to convince them that you are the solution. Okay, so what we spoke about is so urgent. I just want to go through it quickly again. This must be your mantra. It's not the what, it's the how. So it's not the process, it's the destination. It's what you're going to give them. Define the problem before moving into the solution. You will eventually discuss this the solution with them, but define the problem. Let them know what their problem is. Make sure that the problem is so urgent that they can't live another day without a solution, without your solution. And they need to know that they have a problem. So that's why I say define it, make it clear, let them know that they have a problem. Then you let them know that you are the solution. Okay, great. So how do you let them know? How do you let them know that they have a problem and you are the solution? You let them know through sales copy, through emails, through your social media posts, through your opt-in pages, through your webinars. So everything you do, you let them know. And this is again your value statement we went through earlier. This is where it comes in super handy. So for example, if you're someone who wants to change something, to do this, desperately achieve, you have this going on. So you define the problem. So you tell them, if you have this problem, I have this solution, right? And please remember, if they're not feeling it, you're not getting to them. They're not going to help you, pay you to help them. So you've really got to use emotion when it comes to your value statement, when it comes to your posts, everything you're putting out there. Use emotion. Make sure that you are really getting to them. Have the urgency. They've got to have the urgency, sorry. Okay, do this again. Don't forget, if they're not feeling it, you are not getting to them. So make sure that you really use a lot of emotion in your copy, in your messaging, that you are really honing in on their problem. You are really defining their problem. Like, use the emotion, use the words they would use to describe their problem. And two things to remember: they've got to have the urgency. They've got to solve the problem straight away, and they've got to have the means. If they can't afford to pay you, you're wasting your time. Make sure you're targeting people who can afford to pay you. Yes, I know I talk a lot about people's problems, but you can also help people with their dreams. It's not always problems. Problems are definitely, I find people will pay more to have their problems solved, but people also pay to have their dreams met. So how would you do this? You help them narrow down their dream, okay? They can't have 100 dreams, you're working on one dream. And then you find out what's standing in the way, why they're not achieving their dreams, and then you design a plan to help them achieve their dreams. So that's really simple, but people's dreams are really important, and we're not here just to, to slog every day. We're also here to, to have our dreams come true, to fulfill our dreams. So that is a beautiful niche in coaching as well. You don't always just have to solve problems, or you don't have to be a problem-solving coach. I've worked with coaches who help people make their dreams come true in some form or another, and that is just a beautiful thing. It's really a beautiful form of coaching. And just to conclude, a huge obstacle is trying to work with everyone. Please, I hope you've now really realized that it's not going to serve you. You want one client, one ideal client per funnel. You can always work with different funnels later. We're not saying that you're stuck with this for the rest of your life. We're just saying one program, one course to focus on one ideal client, on one niche. different funnels, you can focus on different niches. So just choose one niche for one funnel, and that will make your life and your marketing so much easier. Now, if you need some help with this, or if you want me to look at your statements, please pop into the Facebook group and just tag me, and I will happily have a look at it. I'll give you feedback or any help you need. Good luck with this, enjoy, and I'm looking forward to your feedback. Bye.